Sometimes between where you start in a story and where you're going, it feels like you're going backwards, but you're not. You're really moving forward, but there's a pause. Not a detour, not a destination, just a quiet chapter. After Ivanchitse, after that emotional beginning, Mucha said goodbye to his family and all his friends, and he left Ivanchitse, the village of his birth. He needed that pause, and he found it in Mikulov. When Alfons Mucha left Ivanchitse for Mikulov in the late 1870s to the early 1880s, he would almost certainly have traveled by horse-drawn carriage or wagon, possibly as part of a local coach service or on a shared cart. Railroads didn't exist in the region by then. For example, Vienna to Brno or Bretslav or Znojmo lines. But Mikulov had no direct rail station until 1900. The nearest station would have been Bretslav, about 25 kilometers away. Motorized buses didn't exist yet. The first experimental automobiles were just appearing in Europe. Benz's motor wagon was 1885. So if Mucha was traveling from Ivanchitse to Mikulov, it likely looked like this: a horse-drawn cart or stagecoach for long distance, possibly combined with rail travel if he linked through a larger hub like Brno-Bretslav, the final approach by wagon, foot, or carriage. So historically speaking, he probably rode a creaky cart through the Moravian hills, especially given his limited means at the time. Mikulov isn't where Alfons Mucha found his fame. It's not even where he stayed very long, but for a moment, he was here. And that's why I needed to go back to this lost, quiet chapter, because it matters. Between Ivanchitse and the rest of the world, between being a boy and becoming something else. And that makes it part of the trail. In Ivanchitse, I saw where Mucha was born, where the seeds were planted: music, religion, art. But that doesn't make a voice. The voice comes later, and it rarely arrives with confidence. You can feel it here, that in-between energy, the not knowing, the hoping, the wondering if what you're doing will even matter. It's the same energy I feel sometimes as a creator, when I film, when I edit, when I doubt. We know that Mucha lived here in this house, where boarders could stay for cheap. It was a practical decision, yes, but it also placed him in a building that was once the home to Rabbi Law, the Prague mystic said to have created the golem. Whether legend or coincidence, Mucha was sleeping in the walls of mysticism, surrounded by whispers of Kabbalah and symbolism and story. And those whispers would follow him. He began to study astrology, esoteric thought, and philosophy. Later, he joined the Freemasons, not just for ideology, but because he believed that art was revelation, not decoration, not design, but a spiritual language, a language that would touch the soul of the people. And that belief is everywhere in his work, especially as you will see in the Slav epic. Halos, cosmic veils, divine messengers. It wasn't just painting history. He was painting soul. But here in Mikulov, he was still finding his footing, sketching portraits, painting backdrops, chasing commissions wherever he could find them. Small jobs, quiet work, but you can already feel it. The curve that feels like a prayer, the light that hints at transcendence. So yes, he came, he sketched, and he probably ate a lot of soup. And then he disappeared, only to reappear in Paris.
Slow, make them whoa, whoa. Watch me go, ready, set, go.
In the glow of gas lamps, surrounded by performers and revolutionaries. And there he framed Sarah Bernhardt in flowing robes and golden spirals. And that's where he became Mucha.
Running in the fast lane, rolling with the hit squad, shining like gold, tear up the road, lighting up the runway. Electric like Tesla, future even better. Shooting like stars, turbocharged, I'ma go get that.
But that part of the story will wait. Next time, we climb to Zabiro Castle, a place where Mucha stopped drifting and started building. Not just a studio, but it was also his home for a while, and a sacred fortress for the impossible. The 20-canvas epic that would take 18 years and change art forever. But for now, this quiet chapter, this in-between, this is enough. I'll be traveling to Zabiro, so I may be a day or two late with episode 3. Subscribe to follow the trail.